everybody, it's Wills aka The Law here with another fantastic TF2 map overview. This week it's CP Gravelpit. Welcome to playoffs, everyone. How exciting. So like I said, Gravelpit, this map has never been run in 6's 4v4 before. For obvious reason. It's a map that is usually Highlander, and even then it's really not that good. You've got 3 points to defend, and how you choose to defend them is definitely going to make a big difference in the outcome of a match like this. But let's just do a quick overview of the points, and let's start on defense. There's not a real rollout you need to learn because you've got setup time. So, defending A. In 4v4, this is actually viable. Normally in Highlander, you maybe sack a couple flank classes to A, but you hold on B. But because of the 4v4 format, it's going to be really hard to take points like this. So it might be worth it to maybe just have some serious presence on A. That said, it's going to be extremely strong to run an engineer and set him up on B, which I'll show in a second. But A's got a lot of nice little hidey holes for snipers. Good spot is over here. You've got the house cover, and you can watch that door and this entrance here. Almost certainly they're going to try and cap A first, so if you want to have any presence on your flank, holding A is a good trick. Now there's a couple neat things you can do. Running spy in this map, pretty effective because it's going to be pretty chaotic for the other team, not knowing where everyone is unless they're really together. I mean, depending on what kind of league you're in. You can hide. There's a spot you can get to. Okay, so if you jump up here, you can jump in there. Just single jump. You don't need to be a scout to do it. And this is a play that sometimes a spy will do. You can do it as as every class, and it's kind of a fun sneaky play. You can just hide right here or right here, and when they walk out, you can get some damage out on them. The other thing you can do is trap up this door as a demo man, which is when if you're on offense, you need to make sure you have someone sitting by the door listening for sticky traps being put up, because if you lose your Uber to a sticky trap like that, it's pretty bad. It'll cost you a lot of time on this map. But don't overextend to hold A. There's really not a big point in doing it. Your best bet is to hold B and C. So, defending B. B is much easier and better to defend than A because you have this roof here. You can get up onto the roof as a scout. Like so. Scout, soldier, and demo man can all easily get to this roof. A medic with a quick fix can also get up here. So if you want to have your whole combo holding roof, that's actually pretty viable in 4s. So the entrances are 1, 2, there's a third one over there, I'll look in a second, 4, and 5. Because there's only 4 people on your team, having eyes on all these doors is very difficult. So ideally you have at least one member of your team up here watching these 3 doors, and your combo can be behind house. Behind house is often called shadow. See the shadow there? Amazing. That allows you to watch this back door here and through this door. If you're confident enough in your DM to have your flank holding forward, like out by C after they've captured A, then this will give you better warning about when they push through and they come through these doors. But with only 4 players on your team, you really probably want to have one on roof if possible, which leaves you with not a lot of leftovers. Running an engineer is still extremely strong on Gravelpit. If you build your dispenser around this area, and then your sentry gun up here, or over here, it means they have almost no choice but to pop Uber to take it down. It's actually pretty viable if you are a medic and you're kind of alone with the engineer down here, to pop on him to save the sentry gun. That has been done many a time, even in Plat. You see, if the engineer is able to keep that sentry gun up, they can't take B. At the same time, keep in mind that you can start capturing B, and a combo over here can't really do anything to stop you. Demo Man can lob some stickies in, but it's pretty easy to just stay out of range. So if they do take this interior area, you need to have people up on top, and you can rotate combo in through here. These corners are good places for a spy to hide if you want to run a spy play. With a full 60 seconds of setup time, there's no reason not to have a level 3 on point B when the rounds start. If eventually you do get pushed out of B, make sure you don't wipe on the push. It does take a long time to cap the points. You don't want to be caught out and have them capture C while you're still respawning.
3, 2, 1.
The level 3 is weaker in 4s just because you can't wrangle it. But building a sentry gun right here is considered very strong because it can watch these two doors and stops people coming in from this side or underneath right here just with its vision. But building on top, again without the wrangler, is a little weaker, although it can be a good last ditch play to buy you some extra seconds. When dealing with these doors, it's just a lot easier to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keeping the doors numbered this way allows you not to be like, oh, it's the right door, but the higher right door, like, oh, no, that's too complex. You can stand on top of this light. This is a great place for a soldier to stand. As soon as they walk in, you can just demolish the medic and demo. Pushing in through door 3 is very common. It allows you a very aggressive move on the point. And if the gun is over here, you've kind of got some cover from it. This is where you get the advantage of you can drop down from here. You can hide sticky traps in these corners really well. If there's a trap right there, unless they actively check it, they really won't see it until it's too late. A soldier can jump, a soldier or demo man can jump right from here onto the point. A scout has to go kind of the slow way. But you can always have a scout or soldier hanging out up here. A really strong spot to wait. Let them get on the point, and then come around, and you can clear them off. Though keep in mind, C captures much more quickly than either A or B, which are both very slow to cap. Keep in mind, on defense, you're at a spawn disadvantage, so trading 1 for 1 is not in your favor. There's no need to suicide yourself, just try to keep safe. If your combo is going to hold up here, a medic holding in this position is considered the strongest. You have defense from 1, 2, 3 of the doors, and you've got eyes on the other 2. So your pocket can be up here, still within healing range, and be watching door 3 as well as door 4. Your flank and engineer can be watching doors 1 and 2, which means they have the choice between trying to push in from door 5, which is obviously a really kind of weak play. Your height disadvantage, easily be spammed out. You really don't want a combo pushing through here. Or they're going to have to muscle through door 1, taking a lot of time to fight the sentry. Door 2, fighting a sentry from longer range and having to deal with your combo. Or kind of doing a split push, which I'll get to in a second. Offense. You've got a minute to sit around and spawn, build Uber. Make sure you do build Uber. A lot of times you kind of, when you're in 4v4, you can kind of forget, like, oh, I actually have to sit around and build Uber. But you really do. And the 2 ways to push, you can either rush B or rush A. Rushing A is the standard. You take everyone in 4v4, there's no reason to leave the medic behind. So just all push out. Watch out for snipers watching down these long sight lines. Watch out for spies hanging around right under here. Really easy to just get a quick stab on the medic. Push through. Just get on A quick. Don't put the medic on A right away. You want to have probably the scout or soldier come in and just check for traps. If there are traps up here in the corner, you can even kind of like put them right on the side of these boards. It gets really, really easy to miss one, or under here. Under here's another really strong one. Medic stands on the point, they pop the trap, suddenly your whole team is dead or your med drops, and that's just minutes wasted, which you really can't have in a timed map like this. As you can see, it takes a long ass time to cap. So once you've captured A, you can either rotate through C or rotate through B. You can go back into your spawn and push out, but that's so slow that it's probably not worth it. At this point, they'll be watching for you. What's really cool to do is send flank in through B, just like a scout. Scout comes in, takes some of the heat from the roof, rotates through right side, so combo moves to defend. They're all watching. Meanwhile, your combo, speed this up, rotates through here and can strongly push out through door 1 into, this is door 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this point. Push in through here, high ground over the sentry gun, high ground over the combo, and the flank class on the roof is distracted. A soldier can jump the roof, jump the medic, get damage out, and ideally you want to crush them so they can't fall back. Pushing through C is really aggressive, and it basically forces the issue of one team is going to lose out and die in this attack. If it's the attacking team, okay, regroup, but if it's defending team, they've basically lost the map now. If you push in, get them out, gotta get them point quick. Again, it captures really slowly, which means if you've wiped them, send your combo back to hold C. You hold C, spawn camp them, they really can't get out. This buys you enough time to get up on the point and capture before they can mount a defense. If you don't wipe them, if you push in from A to B, you push in all through this third door here, then you just want to stack the point with your entire team, get all the cap you can, and then rotate through to C. Gravelpits are very momentum based, so if you've got the advantage, you got to keep pushing it because it's really easy for defense to just reset and re-hold you. So once you capture B, you're gonna have to push in. Pushing in fast is usually in your favor. It means they can't get a sentry gun up. If you've been able to spawn camp them or at least slow them down with pushing out, that's also really good. Anything you can push through, this area right here is kind of a no man's land of are you gonna make it or not? Because once you push through to here, you can either rotate through to safe side, so they can't shoot you, or if they're over this side more, you can just rotate up and through. This is kind of a little kill zone if you've got a soldier or a demo spamming you out, but at the same time it also gives your combo protection from exterior spam. Getting on the point, this point captures much faster, as you can see, than the other points. So it's really easy. You get 2, 3x on the point, you can capture in a few seconds. What I've seen done many a time is you get a soldier or medic, or a soldier or demo man to go with a quick fix medic and jump on the point. That could give you an automatic ×3 if the pain train is being run. But you get up on this point and just try to defend it. As long as you're standing on this point and they're fighting you on the point, you are slowly winning. Now what can really counter this strategy, however, is they run a pyro. If you got a pocket pyro, comes up here, just right clicks a couple times and suddenly everyone's off the point. The only real counter to that is a scout who can jump on and off really easily. The last thing we're going to talk about real quick before we end this, hopefully this will be a quick video, is pushing from spawn into B. It is almost inevitable that at some point during the match, one of the teams will run sniper because it's a fun map to run sniper on. Sniper's a fun class, and this is 4v4, and it is nothing if not fun. So, we're going to cover that. So the two sides leading out of the spawn here is short and long. Long is called long because it's long. Wow, you thought. Super, super common to snipe from here. Look at that sick angle. Oh my goodness. Come out here. Walk through. If they don't know you're running a sniper yet, get some really tasty angles. You can go behind the rock, charge up your shot, rotate through, bam, grab the med. Everyone's like, oh my god. What can also be a really cool play is you go around right before your team pushes in. Just body shot the NG. Who cares about headshots shit? Body shotting an NG is no problem at all. They're slow. They're fat now. Body shot that NG. Sentry gun instantly is going to go down. Taking down the engineer is probably on B bigger than taking out the medic. Because your team in 4v4, there's not as much damage coming out. So you're really going to have to focus down that sentry. But when the engineer is not up to repair it, it's totally trivial for a couple rockets and pills, stickies, anything to take it down. If you kill the medic, then all they have to do is keep the engineer healed enough to keep that sentry dealing damage. And then you've got the choice, do I focus on this sentry, or do I try to kill all the other classes? And they've also got a dispenser up, almost certainly, which is keeping some heals out anyway. If you're a sniper on defense, back here, watching here, hide behind the rock, you can watch all the way through there. Wow, it's not only offense that gets good sniping angles, huh? Sniping over here, dangerous, but can pay off in dividends if you know they captured A, and you've got some eyes watching them come through AB connector. See here, as soon as they pop out, they also can't see the dot on this wall, so you can even just lazily sit here waiting for them. But again, pushing in really requires split push. You've got to have somebody deal with the roof and somebody deal with the combo and gun. If you ignore one or the other, you're not going to have a successful push. One example of a good split push is send somebody onto B, so they have to focus attention on B. Have somebody else jump roof, so now they're splitting their attention two ways. And then have your combo rotate through around left and deal with the sentry gun. When you're on defense, an easy way to deal with this is to focus on one thing at a time. The point being capped is actually not important. It takes so long for the point to cap that you can have an entire fight and still go back and block it. If your roof gets jumped, get some help on the roof. Even if you don't want your demo to jump up there, just dropping some stickies up. Really helpful, just dealing a little extra damage can be the difference between 1 or 2 rockets. Don't be afraid to pop on defense if you really need to. It's much better to be able to pop and just get out and defend C than it is to drop because you thought maybe you could hold it a little longer. It's totally worthless at that point. If you're popped in and you realize the fight's not going your way, you've even Ubers or yours is worse, just use the rest of your Uber to get out. Again, C is all you need to really defend. No need to suicide on B, just for a couple extra seconds, which you'll totally lose on C anyway. If you play Soldier demo, practice jumping on and around this house. Figure out which lights you can stand on. Figure out the best jumps around. You can jump through the center. Just feel comfortable playing around on the house, on that roof, because it's really, really valuable. If you're a stronger roof player than the opponent, for lack of a better term, you're going to win. Split pushing also applies to pushing to C. If you've got Soldier harassing the sentry gun, just dropping some rockets around this corner here, and then your scout makes a break for the point. Combo pushes in through door 4. Suddenly they've got to split their attention a lot of different ways. And then 4v4 is already just DM. It becomes even more DM heavy when it's 1v1, 2v2, 2v1 fights. Those are the kind of fights that if you're confident enough, you can just win outright. So as always, thanks for watching everybody. Really appreciate it. Best of luck in playoffs. I wish you could all win, but I don't think that's possible. And hope you're all having a lot of fun. I know I am. So, see you next week.